Alright, good evening everyone. This is Select Board Water Commissioner meeting for November 8th, 2021. I'll read tonight's agenda. Under new business, we have Kevin Wheel here about a water hookup on Shawville Road. We need to sign warrants, we need to approve meeting minutes. At the end of the meeting, we're gonna go into executive session and talk about highway employees. And under old business, we need to review class 4 roads and trails for ATV use. And you are here for the...
I'm here for a potential grant for bylaw updates.
Okay. Alright, so we will speak to you on that. Anything else we need to add tonight?
Nope.
Good, alright. Well, I guess we'll get started. Kevin, you want to
Yeah,
fill us in on what's going on?
I've been at address 17, excuse me, Shawville for 5 years. In those 5 years, been having a lot of water issues. And been trying to hook up to town water. The house has been there for over 50 years. And been wondering why it hasn't been hooked up to town water. And we would like to get hooked up to town water.
Okay,
He has sent the deed to the house, and my neighbor Teddy Cantel told me 3 times, yes, I can hook up to his water there. And then when they finally actually got there, they said no. And I've been giving him $120 a month to get water for 4 days for an hour. And then it just dries right up in my well. There's a sister well, and been trying to get water for a while.
okay,
And he's the one that's been saying there's no way to get water there because it's too low. That doesn't make sense to me because Tom Callan behind me, his house sits way lower than I am on 17 Shawbrook Road. And that doesn't make sense to me.
yeah, I don't think it's got anything to do with the height, I think it's the location. You wanna fill us in, Hubert, on what you've been looking at?
Yeah, like he says, Teddy said he could hook on, and then they changed their mind when they got ready to do it. The town can legally only go to the road right away, so he's either gonna have to dig all the way from Mill Street down side of the rail trail, which I don't think the rail trail would allow them to dig in there right away, or come from Woods Hill, not Woods Hill, but the other road, across the road on 105.
Oh,
Then they'd have to bore under 105, Sweet Hollow Road.
so, oh,
They'd have to bore under 105 to get to his place. Because our curb stop would only be over on Sweet Hollow side. So, and we think Teddy actually doesn't have a right of way that we can find for his water line. So legally, we can't even get to his line.
so where do you think his line's coming from?
We think it comes out of Debbie Williams's, either the house or the barn.
From what I understand, he's hooked up on Mary's water, the lady behind him. And Kevin has a memorandum for the rail trail for the water line hookup. He sent the memorandum to this office somewhere.
It is in your file,
Sure.
but I don't think that's what it is.
Is Callan's on town water?
Yep,
Yeah.
but theirs comes up
He's on the-
Shawville.
You can't cross that rail trail.
Then there's a church down the road from my house as well. There's gotta be some kind of water line.
You don't
Near
know
the
his
goal.
house.
Yeah, yeah, he's
That's
right
a
on.
little-
To,
Yeah.
He's kind of boxed
hook up
in
on
there between 105 and the rail
There's another
trail.
one.
It's like
It just
pigeonhole.
makes more
And
sense.
our water line doesn't. The one on the other side of the road, I think comes, they're thinking it come, you know, where Debbie,
Mm-hmm.
the house in
The
the
Res
barn,
Ranch,
yeah,
yeah.
comes from up in there somewhere. But we can't find any paperwork saying, you know, we have a right of way to get down through there.
Which legally, I guess, we'd only have the road right of way as far as we would go anyways. So I
And-
assume
and-
if Peggy didn't pay his bill, we would shut off Debbie's. Because it's.
That's where the curb stop is.
Is over in
Debbie's.
front of Todd Dairy's garage is over there.
And he doesn't want a shut off valve on his water. He told me that numerous times.
And the boring under the rail trail is not an option, right? They don't,
Then they would have a,
yeah, you
A
have to
fee
pay a
every
fee
year.
every year to.
and the state doesn't like you boring under 105. And then all that would be their expense.
Where's the last curb stop on Sweet Hollow Road there? Homer's place, Homer's house?
No, well.
Does he
there's
have
one-
water
there's
at
one
that?
by that duplex he built,
Okay, yeah,
and then there's one at the store. That water comes down to Sweet Hollow and then turns to go back up 105 to the store.
oh. That does?
Yeah,
Where's that coming down from?
the end of School Street.
School Street?
And the T's down there, it goes down to those other houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down Mill Street, it's on the opposite side of Jolly, right? Or when it goes?
No.
No?
It crosses right there at Jolly's to their side, to Jolly's side.
Cause the main water line is on the
By Jim
side of the
Mesher's.
road
Yeah.
by the M-Care building.
Right,
And then it crosses
by Jim Mesher.
and hits School Street and then down
Yeah.
Sweet Hollow. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to look into it, but I'm not sure what there is for options. Of where we could get you hooked up. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. Are we gonna have to do something about the water line to Teddy's there, or are we just gonna leave it and,
I don't know. That's a good question. We actually can't get to it to put a curb stop in for him.
Does it come in the back of the house or does it come on the back of the house?
Yeah. And Kim researched it and can't find any right of way to get to it. I was told at one time it came across the meadow, from Mill Street to Teddy's. But I can't find any curb stop, they can't find any right of way. I did find what I think is a curb stop for Debbie's. So, I'm thinking they either came out of the barn or out of the house to go to Teddy's. Because that lot originally was Adler's granddaughter.
well, back before the meters, it was just, you paid a fee to be hooked onto the town water, so I mean, it very well could've, you know, just been teed in that line somewhere and
Right.
brought down and they had water, but,
What's that?
Was that town water or was that the mills?
Originally, it was the mills.
So it could be back feeding
you
all the
think
way
it was
from the
way
mill.
back then?
Because I would say that lot was put in there, what, 70, maybe before that? Roughly around 1970. So probably the mill was still furnishing water, I think, to everybody. That was all river water.
Back before.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to them how much money they wanna put into putting the line in there.
Yeah,
I think our only option is we put a curb stop in either on Mill Street or Sweet Hollow Road. And then they have to go from that curb stop is all theirs.
the line that goes to Tom's, it must go to his tenant house and then,
Goes out
Right.
behind Tom's house and then goes down to the trailer.
oh yeah, it goes
Yeah.
down to there too.
But that puts.
But it must be up near the road by the church and
Yeah,
his tenant house?
but that puts him crossing the,
Right, no, I know that, I mean, he's kinda boxed in between 105 and the rail trail there.
He couldn't come off that line that goes to Tom's. It's not big enough, or does he have?
Well, you'd have to go under the rail trail.
Yeah, I know, but if you had,
But yeah,
I mean, that'd be the closest, except you'd have to pay the fee for the rail trail.
well, actually, 105 might be the closest.
But is that gonna be the cheapest?
Well, maybe not the cheapest, but he's gonna have a yearly fee across that.
What is the
you
fee?
wouldn't have to pay a fee to go under 105, you just have to border it.
What is the fee?
They'll let you do that, they won't let you do the rail trail.
Do you know what the fee is?
I think it might be.
What do we pay for a fee
I think it might be in our bills.
for our crossings?
It might be in there.
It's due, you're saying?
It's either 600 or 700 now, and it's probably $100 deposit.
I thought it was 600 or 300, but that may have been the total amount, I'm not sure.
Let's see what that one. I think it was 600, wasn't it? That seems to ring a bell.
I think it's,
Yeah. See if you can find it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to, we could look into what it would cost to bore it under the road and how many permits and how many hoops. I mean, no, it would be, that would be at your cost, not ours, but, then we could see about putting a curb stop there. If that was, cause that's the only option, you're gonna have to bore under something to get a line there, cause there's no other way around it.
Unless he can get a right of way across Debbie's. You know, right down along, just out of the rail trails right away. They could follow that all the way down till they hit Shawville Road and then stay in the town right away and then cross it to the house.
Yeah. You'd go all the way from Mill Street all the way down through, you'd have to, could find the line. That line in Mill Street, does that doesn't go under,
The line was there, is that the one the line was there before the railroad went through?
oh,
I think. I don't think we paid for that one.
no, I don't think we do.
I think the line,
We pay for that new one we put in for the connection and we pay for the one,
you pay 2 up here, I think.
2 here
2 here.
and one down,
And
we crossed the rail trail by Briette,
yeah.
then we crossed 105, and then we crossed back over the rail to the springs.
I think we crossed down here on Ridge Street.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something they came up with later too. Debbie gone to Florida for the winter yet? Or
You know what?
is Debbie gone to Florida for the winter yet? Or is she still
Didn't
there?
think she had, but she might be by now, I don't know. Last week or so, I thought I saw her car out there.
Do you wanna contact her and see if you would have any interest in that, if at all?
How much would it cost to go on, barrel underneath the rail trail?
I bet you're probably close to 5,000.
Okay. Even though you have the right away?
He may only have right away for the building.
He leased that land.
Right, but I think their leases are pretty specific.
From what he read and the lawyer read, it doesn't state nothing that he cannot do that. That he does have the right way to do the barrel underneath it.
Well, if you've got the,
It's in the rendering.
okay, but if you can legally go under that rail trail, we'll put a curb stop on the other side of it, you can hook up to it, but we're not going under there. That's not our, that would be up to,
I'm just shooting it out there from what I was told.
yeah, no, I know,
And
but
giving you.
we don't have a right to go under the rail trail, but if you're saying you do, then, I would make sure you know you do before you get permits and stuff, but,
And then if they go that way, he's gonna have to make sure he gets the right of way all the way up the rail trail to Mill Street, unless he gets onto Debbie's property. Going that way.
well, you wouldn't cross right
You could
by
stay in
Tom's
town.
there, right on
Right,
Shawville
you can
Road.
stay in the town right away.
Down right away on Shawville and go right up to, you'd find that line before you hit, Tom's tenant house, wouldn't you, somewhere in there? Or does it go behind Tom's tenant house?
Goes behind his,
So you'd have to go
to the parking lot at least.
parking lot at the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, as a water system, I don't think we have a problem with hooking you up, it's just getting there. Getting there to hook up is, it's not like a normal house with, right on the street, where a water line goes by, but
Yeah,
there's gonna be some hoops to jump through there to get that figured out, but we'll do what we can to help you, but, we'll have to, that would be up to you to go under either 105 or the rail trail, cause our water lines don't go right by there, so.
or possibly this little moment you've been talking about with Debbie.
Yeah, I mean, we can check with Debbie and see if she would be willing to sell right away through there. See what that would entail,
That one right there.
right? You can give her a call, or I can call her if you give me her contact. I'll talk to her. But
This would probably take about a week.
yeah, if we can get a hold of her and see what there is for options, yeah.
That'd be great. Be nice to take a shower in my own house. I'm thinking, we've been in a motel room for the night, $75 a night, that's pretty expensive.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? Then paying Todd, Teddy, $120 a month for water, just to get water for an hour, then water's gone out of my well. It's so dry, it's a sister well. That place been here for over 100 years.
you'd be better off to pump it into a tank, a holding tank.
Yeah. One of those big white things that farmers use.
Yep.
We discussed that as well. if we have to do that for the time being, for winter and shit like that, excuse my language, but stuff like that. This stuff, so I can have water for shower, eat, cook, you know.
Yeah.
Rent a motel room. They go nights a week. Pretty expensive.
Yeah, yeah, it sounds up.
And Dirty, Heather, I worked with her, and she had no issue with us hooking up to that water. She already said that repeatedly to me. Because I've been getting water from her, no charge at all, just lugging it back and forth. That's like an hour and a half, lugging buckets back and forth.
Yeah,
He said, just try, do this, what I'm doing now, and see what happens. But she does give permission, but still gotta ask her dad, because her dad's the owner,
yeah,
an old homer.
yeah.
I worked with that guy a couple times, and boy, wish I didn't do that.
Well, we'll look into options, but I'm not sure where we're gonna get with it, but
Yeah.
We'll try to help you out.
That's all we need.
yep,
I'm throwing in money, he's throwing in the rest. Gotta get it done, gotta have water.
yep,
It's an essential part of life,
yep,
gotta have it.
yep.
I would greatly appreciate getting it.
Well, we'll see what we can do. If it was a normal circumstance, it'd be easy, but where that's located, it's tough because you're boxed in with 105 and the rail trail there, and
Yeah,
so. We'll see if we can do anything here, and we'll let you know.
okay.
Alright?
Alright, thank you.
Yep, thank you. You got anything else for us, Hubert?
Yeah, the water meters,
Yeah,
you know, we've had a little trouble with some of them.
we heard your batteries,
We've
batteries are expiring.
Yeah, and can't find, they won't let you find the battery.
Yeah,
So, we've got a proposal from one company, P.G. Prescott's meters won't work with our Itron system. So in order to go with another meter manufacturer, we're gonna have to change everything. The Itron will probably be out, and the one we got a quote from, their meters will work with our Itron
they
system.
will. So that gun will work with the existing meters, plus it'll work with the new ones.
Yep, yep. According to what he tells me, he's a salesman.
Yeah, we've been through that first round of meters there.
Yeah, you know.
Does anyone else that you know of use that system?
He told me that they just got an order placed for 600,000 meters from one place. And I don't remember him saying what city it was or where it was, but. And something about Itron and them have just, I don't know, they merged or bought each other, or but supposedly they're tied in together.
Yeah,
So, and the other thing is, he says our system that we have now will be obsolete in another year or so, and we'll have to go to a different Itron. So it's the same old runaround.
yeah. So what's the battery life on these new ones supposed to be any longer than the old ones, or about the same?
About the same. And evidently we can't get batteries probably for those either, so.
No.
Well, if the, the Itron is gonna be done in a year, would it make sense to look at the ones from Prescott?
I say Itron, I don't think Itron itself will be done. I think the unit that we have will be done. And they'll have to have an upgrade. Because we've got a handheld and they'll have a different, I think it probably work off the cell phone. You know, you just drive around and pick up the reading. I'm not sure which.
Okay.
So. Was St. Albans gonna go with Webb's, do you remember?
I don't know if it's different, but I do know that one is a different system.
They're one of the different ones, so I guess we could get a cost from Prescott and Webb's. But do we don't need to change them all right now, I mean, we really only need maybe 50 meters.
Yeah, that's why it'd be nice to keep the same computer program and handheld,
Yeah,
because you aren't changing them all out, you know.
I don't think it's the computer program, I think it's the handheld.
it's the handheld itself.
It's
It's
the
gonna
meter.
be,
That's
yeah.
going to be awesome.
because we've updated the computer program,
Yeah.
right?
And I think before we went with these people, Tim mentioned that we should talk with the lady that sold us the software for it. Make sure she says
Yeah.
that their meters will connect with ours.
What's the cost of those meters?
I think it was around 10,900 for 50 of them.
Plus you gotta pay somebody to put them in. You know, now, is it the whole meter, or is it just the head, the electronic
It's
part?
a different design meter, so it's a whole.
So you gotta cut the water
The
lines.
spacing is supposed to be the same, they're all standard. I think it's 7.5, 7.25 inches for the standard meter.
So were those put in with like a union or something, so you can pull over it out?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
But you still gotta make appointments and get in everybody's basement and change them out. But if I guess it's just 50, it wouldn't be as bad as the whole system.
well, we took an old meter that wasn't displaying any numbers, and we took another meter, the old one that was, and we pulled the battery out and switched them, and the numbers came back on the one that wasn't displaying.
Just the batteries are dead, it isn't a simple.
I'll leave this stuff here, you guys can look it over.
Okay,
If you want to read it.
yeah,
Another thing I had for you guys to find out, this federal money that the town may be getting, I have a list of things that, for the sewer plant.
you had a Christmas list though?
Well, might as well, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Is that your good news for us, your Christmas list?
Yes.
Okay, good, alright. Let's leave on something happy, yeah.
Okay. Alright, that sounds good.
There's all that.
Thank you, Hubert.
All right, see you later.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
And thank you for listening, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll see what we can do, thank you.
And on the cost, it doesn't matter, we need water,
Yeah,
we need water.
okay. Yeah, we'll try to see if there's some options there and we'll let you know.
Really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Yep.
you, you have a great night.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, you're up.
You ready for me?
Yes, I am.
All right. So I'm Catherine Dimitrick with Regional Planning. I don't know some of you, but not all of you over the years, so. And I'm here pinching for Nancy, who had planned to come from the Planning Commission to talk to you guys about this. Couldn't make it at the last minute. So we've been talking to the Planning Commission about applying for a grant to look at the town of Sheldon zoning bylaws with a focus on housing, to make sure that the bylaws allow and encourage housing in the places that we want in the town, and to reduce any barriers that might be there inadvertently, to really help enable more housing to be built, because as all of you, I'm sure know, we are facing a huge housing crunch. And so this grant would allow us some time to work with the town to review the bylaws and make recommendations for changes to really focus on enabling and encouraging housing in the places that you want it, to take advantage of the infrastructure you have, like the water plant, and really take advantage of that and build more housing using that infrastructure that you have. So if you decide to sign on, it's a group application. It's a consortium of several municipalities. St. Albans Town is taking lead. Enosburg and Montgomery have also signed on. Highgate might sign on, and Swanton might sign on. They're still considering it. It does have a match, it's really small, it would be about $700 total for the match. And if the town actually adopts the recommended bylaw changes, then the match is waived. So you only pay the match if you decide that you don't want to make the bylaw changes in the end.
Okay.
So it's a pretty low risk application process. If you do decide you want to sign on, the application is due November 15th, so this is your chance to sign on if you do decide you want to. I'm happy to answer any questions or provide you more details. You do get a copy of a one-page summary and a more detailed scope of work of what we would do. I would be happy to go through that in more detail if you'd like, or if that summary was enough to get you started with questions, I'm happy to start.
So this sheet is basically what you would do if you had.
Yeah, that's the detail of what we
Okay.
would do. And this project would work in conjunction with an overall regional effort we're gonna be starting in January to really promote the construction of more housing in Franklin and Grand Isle counties for everybody, from those who are unhoused now to seniors who need a place when they want to downsize and everything in between. Because we need it for everybody, everywhere.
Is this the town plan and our zoning bylaws?
It would really be the zoning bylaws, but we could certainly look at the plan at the same time if there's some
What
changes.
is our town plan due to update?
It's not for another 2 or 3
Okay.
years, I think.
Yeah.
But you know, if there's some key changes you can make and reset the clock, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Have you looked at our zoning bylaws at all? or-
Not in a
No.
really long time.
Okay, I just wondered.
I know.
I don't know.
Yes, we do know somebody who's gotten quite familiar with them. I think that, your bylaws haven't been updated since there have been some changes to the state law to make accessory dwelling units even easier to build. So state law prevails now anyway, even though your bylaws haven't changed. And there's ways to make it simpler to do, like clustered subdivisions, and you may want to look at your density to allow more housing to be built where you have the water and where you have services. So there's a lot of changes like that that we could look at with you.
Yeah. What are you guys thinking?
Low risk sounds good.
And the planning commission did talk about it, I think, or just Nancy, I think the whole planning commission, and did want to go ahead if you guys were supportive.
And there was already 3 communities signed up,
Yeah, Enosburg, Montgomery, St. Albans Town.
so if we sign up, it's like $6.97 match.
Yeah.
And then if one of the other
And
towns,
one of the other Swan or ID that goes down
Yeah.
anymore.
that's a one-time fee, right?
One time. Yeah. And it's waived if you do adopt the bylaw changes.
Which is by adopting the new one that is the state recommendation.
Yeah, the recommendation that we'll give you as a result of this whole process, we'll give with you.
Well, take a motion to accept this.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept it.
Alright, any discussion on this?
I'll second the motion.
Alright, all those in favor of allowing the grant application to go through?
Aye.
Opposed? I guess we will sign on to the process here.
Can I bring you the resolution to sign it? Thank you.
Sure.
It'll be a great project, we're actually pretty excited about it. I know I get excited about zoning, and I don't know if that's gonna be, but.
Just my name.
Yeah. just-
Somebody's gotta get excited about
That's
it.
right. There's gotta be some people like that in the world. Awesome, thank you so much.
Kathy, can I just
Can I leave you that?
Oh, do you want me?
I have for Nancy to come and sign. Yep, because she has to sign it too. I'm happy to answer any other questions you have, or anything else while I'm here, because I don't come very often.
Zoning seems to be working well.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's working out all right. You've had a zoning administrator
Yes.
for several months.
Yes.
Yeah, good, I'm glad. We've had a few other towns contact us wanting to hop on too, so thank you guys for being the first ones to jump at it.
Well, thank Highgate too.
Yes, we do.
We're not gonna take all the credit.
Well, great.
We'll
Did you
take
want to
majority.
stick around?
And you guys aren't in the Lister business yet, are you?
You know, we've actually talked about, we're not yet, but we have actually talked about how it would make so much more sense to have a county assessor's office and lister's office, and one place where all the records could be centralized and digitized and available, and, yeah.
Somebody that works at it full-time, so they're familiar with all the state processes and current use, and yeah, I think that's the direction things are heading. It's hard to get volunteers, everybody's so busy with their life. You know, it used to be people would retire and then they say, oh, well, I'll go work for the town, you know, but it's a lot more entailed than that now, and yeah.
It's not so easy, it's more complicated. And it's all under the same state system now.
Right,
Same
yeah,
rules, so,
yeah, so,
yeah, we talked about it, it's come up before, you're not the first ones to
Yeah.
ask about it. Yeah.
She could also answer any questions on the other.
so,
Yes.
okay. Alright,
And if you have any questions about ARPA and the Christmas list that you're getting from everybody too, feel free to reach out to us, ask me now or reach out anytime.
okay.
I'm sure you're getting lots of lists like that, projects, that would be great.
Alright,
Can you explain what the mitigation was, that they know what that's about?
I can, yes.
That's what Joe's reading right now.
okay.
So she can-
You're familiar with that?
I am, yeah. I wanna say
Is it a necessary?
It's not required
Okay,
that a town has a hazard mitigation plan, but what it does is, if the town does have a hazard mitigation plan and there's a federal declared disaster where Sheldon has damages, it will reduce your required share of the match for the federal funds. So there's a state program called the Emergency Relief Assistance Fund, or ERAF, and to qualify for this reduced match under this program, you have to have several things in place, and one of them is a local emergency response plan, which you update every year. And then the other is a hazard mitigation plan, and if you have that in place, then it does reduce your match. So it is beneficial in the long run to have one. It also would make the town eligible if there's ever a large project that you want to do through a FEMA grant, that makes the town eligible for some of those competitive grants as well.
is that a 5-year plan that you have to update every?
Yes, yeah. So it's an initial investment, but the updates, you don't have to do a grant to update them. You can, but you don't have to, update once
It's
you have one in place.
not a big process to
No,
update.
and we help a lot of towns with updates, just using our internet.
Okay.
And so that one has a bigger match than the Mylar grant.
Yeah,
$3,800.
But one disaster, and it would pay for itself easily.
if both bridges go out to connect, this side of town, we'd, probably be in trouble. Good flood like they did in 27 there, clean everything all out, and we'd probably, need some money. Yeah. What's the deadline, sign up for this one?
December 3rd.
Okay. Study that, I guess. You guys got any other questions for Catherine? Are we good with that?
Well, if you find you have more questions about that, feel free to call the office or email me, you know how to find me.
Okay,
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you for your time.
Have a good
Have a
evening.
good one.
You too.
Thanks for signing on to the housing grant, we're excited.
So, I guess we can.
That's all set over here.
That one's already been signed over here.
That one,
Yeah.
you guys are doing that when I was talking?
Multicast.
One there for you guys. Amcare. Got a letter from Amcare here. Be alright to read this now. I'm writing to submit our annual funding request for emergency ambulance service for the upcoming year. As agreed, our annual fee this year will be $56,745.79. Please see attached Schedule A for terms of the contract. Is that the last year on their contract?
We have to give them 180 days, and he was telling me it started October 1st.
We have to give them a 180-day notice to terminate. But I thought this was a 180 days after the, because we signed on for what, a 3-year contract?
5 years, and then I
5
guess it
years.
automatically renews.
Oh,
if we
it's
don't.
written in there that it automatically renews and you have to give them 180 days. Okay, alright, now I'm getting you.
But, okay, so saying that, so I guess we're with them for another 5 years. Can I email them now and let them know we're giving them their 180 days plus? So when this does come due, that we can go and get other bids.
Bids, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
We can give them notice that we'd like their contract proposal for the next term.
in 5 years.
And I guess it would just have to be,
Yeah.
you know,
We
that new
always miss-
contract would start.
Always miss that deadline, so if you tell them now
Right.
that in 5 years we will
Shop
go to
around.
bid.
Yeah, because, I mean, it says in the contract that it automatically renews, but it doesn't have the prices. Right, we just got the prices out for the contract. So, yeah, we need to know some numbers.
But I guess we're already locked into those numbers because we haven't given them the 180 days notice. So we're not locked in for
So
another
do we have a copy of
5
the
years.
contract here?
That's it. Or it's
Well, this
there's
isn't the
another
contract
one.
that we, oh, there we go. The terms are in there.
I did email Walter Cole, but I guess he's no longer there. So,
Yeah, it says, this has been a busy year for ambulance service, particularly with the COVID-19 pandemic confronting the nation. As of today, we have vaccinated over 6,000 individuals in Franklin County, many of them housebound, many from Sheldon. That's where I got mine. We have also tested over 4,000 people for the disease, both during clinics and at residences for those unable to get to a testing site. We have also seen our previous owner, Walter Crowe, retire and have been acquired by Butler Medical Transport, but they're keeping the Amcare name. A larger ambulance service group out of Baltimore. This change has come with a great number of benefits to both our company and the communities we serve. We've leaped into the 21st century, adding real-time GPS tracking of our assets to better assign ambulance responses, upgraded advanced life support equipment like cardiac monitors and IV therapy pumps, and an overall integrated call, talking, dispatching, reporting system, tying our entire organization under one system. We've also also advance to a paramedic critical care level, offering critical care level transfers of patients who require this level of service. I guess this is just thanking us, I think this was about the contract.
But do you have per the original agreement, this agreement automatically renews for a 5-year term commencing
Also, they do have.
April 1st, 2022, unless either party is given written notice of the termination
Numbers.
at least 180 days prior. Do we have a copy of the original agreement? We don't.
It's the same. It's the same agreement, it's just,
It says like it says that in there.
This,
Goes up about $1,000 a year.
this Better Back Roads grant, Seth got that?
I do believe, is that the one we can get a piece of equipment?
No, that's a
So that's,
Okay.
this is the 2023 Vermont Better Roads Grant Program, due 4/30 Friday, December 17th.
I think we just have
Must be
to
there,
sign
yeah,
it to it.
I'll talk to him. I spoke with him today, he called, that they're still fighting with that ton truck. They had Tom Ryan there, trying to help him with the wiring. You got the wire harness and stuff, but they're still, he said they couldn't get plow lights to work when they put the plow frame on. Said there's a module in there that he said they changed it a couple years ago because they were having trouble with the lights, but I don't know. He said, when I spoke with him, he said Tom had looked at it in the morning and he couldn't figure it out, so he was wondering what to do, but then they're having a little bit of trouble with Jim's truck. He said there's to hook the blade on, there's a hydraulics that hook pins in, but he said on that one it's hooked up to a solenoid switch. It's one that runs the wing or something, and you flip the switch and it runs the pins in. And he said they couldn't get that to switch over for some reason. And so he said he had to call him back from Tenco and to see if he had any ideas on that.
Maybe Jamie too. Jamie's really good with splitters and stuff.
Okay.
Because I know the 2012, Jamie had cleaned out all that's the electric over hydraulic.
Oh, yeah.
And Jamie cleaned out all the valve pings and everything on that one.
Okay.
On the pump line, the brass went through everything.
Alright, yeah, I'll tell him that.
Even with the plow lights, Jamie might be able to help him.
Yeah. But other than that, he said Corey's supposed to put some new tires on the ton truck, I guess, for him. He spoke with Bob Tagg the other day, and he said he would run the ton truck again this winter, out for him. So, he's good with that. We'll go into executive session at the end of the meeting tonight, and some other stuff to talk about. Did I not? Dave will keep it up for the last meeting minutes, way in here somewhere. Let's see what you need. Probably right here under this. Wow.
And I got you were copied on it, Kim, right? Yeah. Municipalities can purchase some equipment with some grant money from Department of Environmental Conservation. And I forwarded it to Seth to see if there's anything that he was in need of, but I didn't know if there's anything that he thought we should maybe have. He didn't really have any ideas when I sent it to him, so you can take a look at that.
Okay. I'll read the minutes here from the last meeting. October 25th, 2021, 7:30. President was Stephen Dodd, Seth Hungerford, David Klubick, Joe Dunleavy, and Kim Dufresne. 7:30, I called the meeting to order and read the agenda. Addition was made to go into executive session at the end of the meeting to discuss Lister's position and the Missisquoi hydro tax appeal. We signed warrants 2140 and 2141. Seth Catel's road foreman's report, changed the oil in the backhoe and all the trucks, installed plow frames. Grading will be finished in the next couple of weeks. Main Street guardrail install was moved to November. Overhead doors for town garage will be installed in December. We'll start the engineering process for the Hill Road culvert, and the board signed the salt contract with Cargill. Read the meeting minutes from October 11th. Joe motioned to accept as read, seconded by Seth, and all in favor. Board approved and signed a water application for Charlene Gross, a single-family resident, to hook up to the town water system. Discussed ATV use on town highways and trails. Joe will inquire what is needed to identify which roads will be open for the mapping system. Discussed getting quotes for ambulance service for 2022. Nick motioned to go into executive session, seconded by Seth. How did Nick do that? He wasn't even here.
He was here.
Well, it's your ass. I was wondering, what's the day now?
You weren't the president there. You missed the roll call, must be. Okay, all right. We exited executive session at 9:10. When we were in executive, we discussed the Lister's position and the Missisquoi hydro appeal. 9:10, motion to adjourn, seconded by Seth. So we will add Nick Norris to the present list. And I'll take a motion to accept these minutes as amended.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Is there, do we want to talk about the ATV stuff? Where are we at with that? Did you speak to?
Kim gave me his email address, I haven't followed up with him yet. I'm going to do that before the next meeting.
It's time to put them away for the winter anyways. Yeah.
One question I have is, we don't have to sign up for this
I don't believe we have to.
mapping system, correct?
I don't think it's required. I mean, I don't know. You know, they spoke of helping us do signs and this and that, but we don't really have any trails in town, right? It's
No
all
one, right?
roads. And if our ordinance says, you know,
What do you think about the map? You guys use the mapping system? I don't.
you don't have that app on your new rig. I've never seen anybody that had it, but my nephew's got it, I guess, but I've never looked at it on his rig. Well, we can table that, I guess, until maybe you can speak to him on what he's looking for.
I guess I'd like to also just kind of find out, I mean, they just feel that a big problem with it, and it caused them a lot of headaches, because it brought in a lot of people from outside of town, and again, if you're not careful about what you put on the mapping system, you're not people going through people's backyards or fields or whatever else, which is what we're trying to avoid by going through the map, but, you know, a glitch or something goes down, and you get a bunch of phone calls because a bunch of people from out of town are riding through Horgan's field or something. see what they think, but the whole point of this was for the townspeople to be able to ride on the roads legally, and I think the townspeople know where they can go. So that's my 2 cents, but.
Yeah, I think we won't do anything with that until we maybe see what he's looking for, if he wants to put, in their mapping system that town roads in the town are open.
Well, the purpose of it, I guess, is the bigger, why do we need it? I guess that'd be my biggest question about it.
Yeah.
Do we have to serve anything else?
Alright, have we covered everything you guys think we need to cover here?
I had a question about the phone call to the sheriff's office about Crow Hill. You call them and let them know that we wanted, and have we heard anything back on Crow Hill?
Nothing's happening on Crow Hill. We're thinking because it's dark earlier and cold, we probably won't have any problems this time of year. It'd be more spring.
Hopefully it's.
But now that we've said that, I'll get my list.
It's a limited. So that's a limited. Doesn't count. There's wood in there somewhere.
Lots of pieces of it.
There's many trees that give this one up.
Alright, I guess we're all set. I'll take a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session and